Well, good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, and perhaps even good evening. Thank you so much for joining me for another super exciting session of the 3D shenanigans. We're going to go totally take care of what we started yesterday and have another chillaxed sort of, 3D building type session. And I'm really looking forward to that. Wonderful to see you all. There's Miss Julia's in the chat. Wonderful to see you. Just celebrated her birthday yesterday. Very, very cool. There's also Nancy's Art. Very good to see you. Dragonate Gamebox Studios. Wonderful to see you back. Mr. Jeremy, I hear you've got some, issues technologically with broken laptops and iPads and iPhones. I hear you, man. I hear you. I've been to the Apple store today and asked them to replace my battery in my iPhone 6s Plus, which is now 9 years old. And for me, that's still a relatively new device because, hey, man, it works. Well, why do I need to buy a $1,500 replacement if this one works just perfectly fine? And it turns out they didn't want to do it. They said, it's really risky. I mean, it's this adhesive and we don't have that anymore. That's really a gamble. Like if you take the phone and maybe if we just, crack it open and we might break and we don't have replacements and we could get them, but it's going to be a catastrophe. And I was thinking, so what you're saying is you could repair it, but you really don't want to. And that's essentially what we did. We went there, we talked to them, and I went back with the phone with the old battery. So crazy stuff. One of those things. So yeah, as technology ages, it breaks down, I think is my point. Art is here as well. Good to see you, buddy. And I think, is that everyone? The bot is here. 3D Shenanigans, the bot. That is good. And I think Bob Sater is also here. Good to see you, buddy. And Popeye, I nearly forgot you. There's this super helpful-ish feature in both the bot that I have and also in YouTube where you can switch to who are your chat participants. And it shows you about half of the people actually here. So it's not actually all that helpful. So one of those things. Let's get right on it. In fact, let me put some funky music on it, at least so that it is in my ears. Sadly, I haven't been able to work out how to make it appear in your ears. But, eventually we're going to make that happen, I'm sure. This is not anything we want to keep here, is it? This is just the thumbnail for today. Dragonate, is your mom watching? If so, hello, Dragonate's mom. Good to see you. Save and close down. I don't think we need Photoshop here. And I've bought a couple of things from the DAS store. This is not actually anything related. This is for a video I want to make for one of my supporters here. We don't need to save that, I don't think. Because the point was building this from scratch. And I think all of this can go into the stuff folder. We've got a clean desktop. I like it. I realize you have one of those phones with the hidden earphone jacks. Yes, that is true. Yes, these are good. I was thinking I'm going to go wireless for this year, and it's done me much of a favor. Tony, marvelous designer for now. This is my bot. I've set my bot up to do commands on a regular basis, but I don't know if they're going to be working. So that's a feature. Do we need to? Nope, that's all good. So we can leave the bot here. That's cool. I've got another command, and let me know if this is working while I'm just getting ready here. I've been able to download a little plugin for my Stream Deck. That's the little device that I use to switch scenes in OBS. There is a thing now that it has a YouTube integration, and when I press a button, it cues an ad. So ads happen no matter what, but if I'm in charge of when they happen, at least we can kind of work around them. So let me go and try this out. If I'm going to go and press this button within a few seconds, most of us should see an ad. I mean, not me, because I've got YouTube Premium. And if you've got YouTube Premium, that's also the case for you. But if you don't have it, then, press the button now, comes up with a tick box. Let me know in the chat if there is an ad or not. In the meantime, we'll go and launch Unreal Engine from sort of here. And do we remember what that was called? Wetlands Sanctuary. There we go. I think the first thing I want to do is work on the fog, and I've looked up where those bits and pieces are, and I'll tell you a little bit more about. Yes, I hit the commercial button. That's right. Did it work, Art? Not that if you're seeing an ad, you can't really answer me, but one of those things. Bye, Julia. One of those things. Yes, my Nokia lasted forever as well, and I was really happy about that. So I'm really happy not upgrading my phone. I'm totally okay with with just riding it out into the sunset there. Oh, you can skip it after 5 seconds. Yeah, that's good. Seb Titan is here. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Have a, it's almost like so tomorrow where you are. How exciting. We don't want to do this here, but what we do want to do is actually load the correct level, because this ain't it. This ain't it. But this gives us a little overview of the things that are in there. So here's what I want to do today. The level that we currently have includes this funky neon sign here, and I think I want to build my own that says Jay's Gator Shack. So that's going to be what the scene is called, Jay's Gator Shack. And for that, it needs to say something else. Then these things are little foliage assets here that I can go and paint in around the environment. And I might dot a few of these things around as well. We don't have a lot since it's swamp, but you know, if we vary the scale of these and the rotation, I think that's going to be just nice background decoration. Since it's dark, I don't think we need anything else, but we can see we wanted to put a couple more of these into the background. And that's it. So let's go and open the real thing. Did we not make that? No, I didn't, did I? Jay's map. So there we go. Jay's wetlands. I'm going to go make that the default map, actually, so that opens up when Unreal Engine opens up. The future is now, not later. That is true. The now is the past. Nick, how's it going? No more laundry room. I tell you, it's completely different. It's new for me as well to have an actual room. For me, I tell you, the thing that is newest for me, Nick, is that I no longer have to balance the keyboard and the trackball on my legs in a portable fishing chair. It's quite nice to see the chat as well as OBS in case it starts sucking or something, and that I actually sit in a chair, can recline and stuff, and and just work on an actual desk. So those are new things for me. So funny. It's Sunday evening. Okay. It is in fact midnight. Yes, it's after midnight, isn't it? Man, this is the scene that we're building, and these fog planes here, they're in fact fog planes. But what I want to do is make the fog a little bit thicker, and they've done a good job building the immediate foliage here, but we need more to cover the outsides here. I haven't decided what exact camera positions I want to shoot from here. Yeah, but like this here, home, that needs to be something like Jay's Gator Shack. And then the shader for it, yeah, this gets in the way a little bit. And that's bad. I think levels, we don't need levels. Let me just go and switch these things off and then go. No, that's a fog sheet, isn't it? This is what I mean. Switch off the fog sheets, actually. This is what I need. This and that. This is that a whole object here. Is it? Is it even selected? Gotta say something's selected. Oh, there we go. Blueprint. That's not what we want. It's this. So I could just make it so that this says Jay's and this says Gator Shack, something like that. And that's a wooden plank. I don't want to see that either. It's, oh, this is it. Oh, it's because we've got the group thing. Allow group selection. No, don't do that, because then it allows me to select single objects here. Home Taurus. And what sort of material do we have on it? I just want to see how they made it so that it blinks. That's the material instance here. And that's the emissive. Color bright and dark light. Ah, that's the intensity. And the flicker speed. Oh, nice. Nice. So we basically can just add this instance to it. There we go. That's how we make flicker in Unreal Engine. Super easy. I love it. That's just, easy. Yes, most people didn't, Nick. It's one of those things. It's been quite the setup, and it started during the COVID time, and it was a really nice way to get going. But also, I've outgrown it. I think I started on my real desk and shifted a few things around, but then when COVID started and we did recordings more often and streams more often, then I thought maybe I'll move into a separate room where everything is set up and I didn't have to shift things anymore. One of those things. Oh, does it? Nate, that is interesting to hear. I didn't know that. Yeah, so the echo is still something I'm still working on that because in the laundry room I was surrounded by clothing, and that was really nice because the sound just compared, if I compare like for like, the sound or in the other place was fantastic. But here it's still a little bit echoey, so I think I can live with it, but if I can make it better, I totally will do that. So thank you for the feedback. I appreciate that. I think we have sound dampening curtains that I'm hoping to put around me so that it just eats up a little bit more. Certainly better than the exactly cloth on the wall is exactly the stuff I have. Yeah, so we'll see if we can do that. It might well be this wall here or the rest of the room. So we'll work it out as we go along. So this is good news. I can go and use this. And there was another sign here. That was this one here. That's the one. And that uses the same one, and we can go and play with these parameters. Okay, so we need a sign. That's number one that we need. And the other thing is the foliage. That's another thing. I'm going to go put this onto unlit so we can see a bit better what's happening in the level. The other thing I want to do, if I can do this from a kind of a wider angle, so we'll paint foliage further in the foreground. As we approach this, and it being Jay's Gator Shack, I would like a gator to pop its eyes out here and just go and move over here and then just go back into the water. And all the time it is raining. So that is something else I want to try. And that is, of course, something, I think we do that in the DAZ Studio. I've bought, let me show you the asset for this. It will be, no, not that, the Gator by Alessandro AM. This is the one, Alligator, currently on sale. Alessandro AM, he also sells Unreal Engine assets. This guy I bought, and I'm thinking this would be ideal for our little project. I mean, look at him. He's so cute. And I'm thinking if we can just, make him swim, maybe even make his mouth snap up and down a little bit as he does that. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? So he is fully rigged, but I don't think there's any poses or animations on this. So we'll check this guy out now. Yes, $6.78. That was a bargain I could not refuse. Tell you, let me go and put this into the chat. AM's Gator, just in case you want to check him out. And I'll see if I can move him over. I've also got the Toon Crocodile by 3D Universe. That might also be a nice touch. See what he's like. I don't think he's right for our scene. But this guy here. Oh, we've got some colors as well. Ooh, dark material. I think since ours is a fairly dark scene anyway, let's go and use something like the green-yellow body guy. Also, the bot works. That's nice. Thank you, bot, for putting occasional commands in here. I appreciate that. Damn, he's cheap, right? Yes, he must have eaten his previous owner. I agree. I totally agree. Hey, Meg, how's it going? Good to see you. And I think also, let me just go and try this out. I don't know if it's going to work, but if you do buy anything from DAZ, I believe you can check out via this command if the bot puts it in. I do get a commission if you buy DAZ content via my affiliate link. If it works. Maybe it doesn't work. I don't know. I can put it in the chat if the bot doesn't go and put it out. No, it doesn't do it, does he? Bot, man. Why you don't do that? That's terrible. It is a nice gator, isn't he? I'm looking forward to playing with him in Unreal Engine. So my DAZ affiliate link is basically this. wpguru.tv/DAZ. And that, do that. Quotes aren't working either. Dang, so much isn't working. So much isn't working. It's still very much a construction site. Here he is. Cute little guy. So if I go and have him... do we have poses? Oh yeah, look, it has poses. That's fantastic. That's good to know. Alessandro, he has a great... he has a polar bear on the Unreal Engine marketplace for about 110 bucks. I'm thinking of buying that because that is really, really cool. Good thing. Yeah, he's relaxed. He's hovering. This is kind of him swimming, isn't it? This is a nice pose. That's sort of what we're looking for. And then he can hiss while he's on land. So hovering is nice. And what is this? This is walk. So he also builds walk cycles with these for these little critters. And it's him diving. Very nice. And then I suppose if you had the puppeteer also open, I think we can go and puppeteer, there it is. You can go and blend from this to that, like so. Does that work with preview? And then you can go and animate him that way. So that's kind of cool. I think I'm just going to have the hover pose and just have him swim. Which one was the hover pose? That's the hover pose. And just have him glide through so that we can see his eyes. That's sort of the plan. If I go and add a plane here, just to see how that would work. If this is, say, this is the water, and then Alligator Guy would be kind of underneath it. Because that is what they look like, you know. And just glide along, and you can just about see the rest of the body. But I think I don't want to see his tail and not so much of the body, because otherwise we'd have to animate that. And, you know, I can already see that's probably not going to happen. What controllers are in Mr. Alligator here? Do we have anything? Oh, he's got controllers in here. Oh, that's nice. That is nice. Tail left, right. So it is possible to animate him super easy that way. Alessandro. Oh my, this is great. That is nice. So I'm thinking we don't see the tail. And then head and eyes, we'll go eyes closed. Yep, that's nice. We can maybe make him blink as he goes by. I don't think we will see it. It's too dark for that. But then head. Dislocate jaw lower. Oh my. No way. Very cool. Longer snout. Yep, give him a little bit of personality here. Lower the nostrils and open jaw. Hey, this is great. I'm already having a lot of fun. That is Alessandro AM. Yes, that's him. Absolutely. And he could certainly shoot lasers from his eyes, Nate. That's a great idea. That is a great idea. I just want to see if we can, because I really want the eyes to be the prominent feature here. So I'll have this and maybe just pose the head up a little so that we see less of the body. Let's see how he's rigged then. So we have waist, abdomen, chest, neck, head. And then head we can go and probably just twist this way a little bit. And then we can go and put the rest of the figure down further. Yeah, maybe just have his snout pop up and down like this. So what else? Abdomen. Yeah, if we do... This is great. Waist. Yeah, perfect. And then we just put the whole guy like this. I think this is all I need to see swimming on the water surface. So we'd have an animation, something like that. Or maybe if we go tool settings, local coordinates, let's use world coordinates, and then he's going to go. I think that's going to be nice. Let's see if we can make that happen. Also, I don't know how well this guy is going to get, how well he will be transferred into Unreal Engine. I think there's, see if I can open his eyes up a little bit more. Dude, come on. I'm not allowed to open it anymore. What's going down? There. Left eye and right eye. What can we do? What can we do here? Oh, that's just the position of the eye. And then he's got tear ducts and everything. I'd like to just open them up a little bit, or maybe make the eyes themselves a little bigger. But that looks like a morph thing. Maybe I won't do that then. What's hidden is various JCMs. Very nice. Larger crop. What's the crop? Oh, that's the crop. Got you. Very nice. Yes, exactly. You don't want to animate me, so you can't open the assets. Exactly. It's true. This is how it works. Sliding feet on walking characters. How are we going to fix that? Oh, I know. Let's not show the feet. Excellent. I like it. Good idea. Let me go and save this on my desktop. Let's go and make a new. Oh no, let's be should we be professional about this? No, let's just go put it on the desktop. Great. That's how we're going to do it. Just wait 30 seconds for Windows to create a folder, because that's just how we roll here in 2024. Oh look, that was fast. And then we wait another 30 seconds for it to rename itself. There we go. That was fast. I'm tempted to make another one here. We can actually, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. I meant there's an option here, isn't there? Usually there is, that helps with this getting faster for about a couple of hours. This here, clear file explorer history. When you do that, all of a sudden, I can go and make folders faster, see? Because we're going to need more stuff like the Blender animations. I'll call them Gator Pose, just in case we need to bring them back. And now I'll go and put the Dash to Unreal plugin into my project, which is in Leartes Extravaganza Wetland Sanctuary. That's it. Yes, Seb. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I don't know what it is. I've been meaning to make this here Jay's Wetlands the main level. And we go and save everything. And then close this down. Hopefully, go and send him over Gator Post skeletal mesh. Yeah, let's try that. If it doesn't work, I'll go and use a static mesh. But let's see if I can use this the skeletal mesh here. Let's see. I wonder. Yeah, it could be that. I was been told it could be my sound driver might have something to do with it. It could also be that it's a RAID setup that I have of 3 M2 drives that might have something to do with it, even though it also happens on the desktop, and the desktop is not part of the RAID. So I don't know. It's just one of those things. I just nod at it and say, okay, Windows, for 2024, folder creations might take up to a minute. It's just, thanks Windows. Glad I've upgraded to Windows 11. One of those things. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I don't know why that is. Maybe there's usually when issues like that happen, we should be clever enough and say, let's make a product. Let's sell people folder hierarchies that you unzip so you don't have to create your own folders. We give them to you pre-created. $100. What do you think? Or it's also a piece of garbage. That's also very possible. Yes. Working on shaders, always good. Hello. Still working on shaders? So yes, perfect. I think we're now done working on shaders. Let's see if we can drop him into this scene right from here. So I'll call him Gator 1 because I foresee there's probably many other Gators that we need to put in here. Gator 1. Ding. Ooh. Export phase completed. I like it. And yes. Let's see. Oh, really? Dang, I've just installed that and it looks like it hasn't fixed my issue then. I've literally just installed that earlier today. Oh, here's my rain. That's all good. Let me go and put my make my fog sheets invisible and also my ultra dynamic weather, just so that we can see if Gator Man is in fact here. Drop you in here. Here you are. Perfect. Oh, nice. So that works well. I think all I did then was yeah, there we go. That's what I was thinking. And then we go and make you go kind of the other way, this way. Yeah, something like this, I was thinking. Oh, yes, of course. Thank you. Logitech What's It controls. The moment I need you, you don't work. And the moment I want you to work, you don't work. And the moment I want you to stop you, you still do work. And yeah, no, of course. I say, man, there's always something before you even get to start to work. Yeah, like this, you know, he's just gonna swim over, and maybe we'll go and see other instances of him come up, go over there, then go back down, something like that. So that's already worked. I like it. That's great. I'm happy already. Frog on his back. Ooh, that's a good idea. That is a good idea. Do you know, it's weird. I think maybe once I switch to a different computer, I'll have, you know, just different issues maybe. Maybe we'll go, shall we go start making a start on the sign then? I don't really have a concrete idea for that. Jay's Gator Shack. So it could be something completely slightly different. Wood plank, that's the whole thing. That's a group though, isn't it? So that's probably a group. Let's go and group that together into its own folder there. We'll call it sign original, and all these things are part of it. So can I go and export those out as such? Not really, right? I have to do this asset by asset, I think. How are they scaled then? First of all, allow group selection, no. Sometimes We'll have to see. So they're all scaled up and down. That might be problematic. Because this makes it difficult to get a bit of a reference out to it. Are these all individual pieces? Yeah, they are, aren't they? Well, we're just gonna have to be, we'll just have to be inventive. See if we can make it happen in Blender. This is lit mode, yes. Lit is, yeah, this is, no, actually, sorry, it's unlit mode, isn't it? Yeah, this is unlit mode. Lit mode is with proper lighting, and unlit mode is if you don't want to see the environmental effects. So that sometimes helps. Like in my case, if I put it to lit and I switch my light sources off, the level looks too dark for me to have a look around. So lit is essentially the same as the texture shaded in DAZ Studio. So that sometimes helps. I think Unreal Engine 4 has that as well. Yeah, it's kind of nice to have that. So let's make a new text object and call it Jay's Gator Shack. So I think I'll make 2 of these in fonts. See if we can find a good font there. I don't recall what the font was on my other version here, on Jay's Saloon. Be good to keep that the same. Maybe it was Impact. Impact might be nice. That could be nice if we put a sort of a bevel on this. That might be good. But also let's keep looking. And maybe this one here, simplified Hans regular. Difficult to see from Chinese characters. Impact certainly has, you know, the impact that we want. I don't know if I have the Winding's nice. There's also these handwritten ones. Which one is it that I like using? Something like this, similar to this. It's called, I've forgotten, I don't even see it here. Not Comic Sans. It wasn't Comic Sans, it was something else. Calibri, Arial Black. It's a little bit more readable perhaps. Maybe this, and then we'll go and quickly duplicate that. Or even like that. Or maybe just fill out the whole bit at the bottom here. Maybe that's going to work. So all on one line, and then we'll just put J slightly larger and make it sort of, you know, slightly on the edge, and one of the O's can fall down, that sort of thing. Neon font, that's also a possibility. Yeah, I could use a neon font. Neon font. Let's do that, Jeremy. I like it. Neon font. 100,001 free neon fonts. Ooh, Jeremy, nice. Good find. No Comic Sans, no. You apparently get shot when you use that font. I think that might be nice, but also very unreadable. No, I'm already sold on the first one here. Excellent 3D. Or monotone. I think both of these. Is this free? Does that mean it's free? This font is free for commercial use. Yes, that is what we like. And then this one as well here. Yes. Jeremy, appreciate the thought. I like it. Extracted right here. Same with Mexcellent, and then we'll try those out. I like it. This is why 3D takes so long, because you gotta just do all these things. Install. And the other one, so monotone and Mexcellent. Well, there's two versions here, 3D and regular. Let's install both, because that's the way we roll. Yes, I don't know why Comic Sans has such a bad reputation. I can't tell you. How's Blender handling it? Do you need to be restored here, or? Yeah, of course, that is right. Let me just go and save this, and then we'll have to probably restart Blender, I would imagine. Gator animation, we'll call this one blends. Look, Blender can do it. Fast folder creation, it works. Gator Shack sign. Mexcellent and monolith. Oh, right, that could be, yes, that could be. Maybe it's just that. Impact regular and does more. Oh, it doesn't come up. That is bad, huh? Do we need to restart Windows? No, right? Can't be. Can I just open it from? Imagine I don't want it in. I want it in modified date. How's that? Do that. Excellent. There we go. Does that work? Yeah, there we go. Excellent. Haha. That looks like a nice font. What if we try the other one? Excellent regular. Maybe this. What do you think? I'll make a couple of copies here, then we can all go and see which one we prefer. So the first one is the regular Mexcellent. The second one is the Mexcellent 3D. And this one is going to be, oh, thanks for remembering this, Blender. That's awesome. Monotone. You let me know which one you'd like to use. I'm kind of partial to the first one. I think I'd like to use that. And then we just have, because I think here the shadow is nice, but I think once we put an emissive material on here, that might be too much. First one, Seb says first one. I could even post a little, option here. Let me do that. Start a poll. Which font should we use? The first one was called Mexcellent regular. The second one was called Mexcellent 3D, and then the third one, Mech is also for that, for the first one. Monotone. Let me know. This is great. We have all these funky features. I totally like it. Yeah, I'm thinking the first one, just because the second one might be a little bit too distracting. And the third one, I think, is also cool, but I think for this project, I'd like to keep it fairly, fairly simple and in line with what the creators had intended. I think where home is, we have J's sort of slightly off to the left, and then we have Gator Shack on the bottom here, and we don't really worry about how that's actually attached. It just is. We'll worry about the foundation later. And while we're voting, I'll go and bring back the lights, and might have a quick nosy, and the fog planes. So those are the fog planes. This is the context in which it shall appear, and I want to make the fog a little bit more dense with ultra dynamic sky. Maybe I'll go and have a word with that here. Volumetric. Volumetric fog. There we go. That's it. And I think fog intensity, if we just set that to something more. Render global is correct. Scale, I think that was, we just crank that up. There we go. Now we see more fog happening here. Speed scale. And just more, really. Yeah, this is really hard work for my computer, but yeah, this gives us that nice fogginess in the distance. I think I'm not quite. I think I want it even thicker. I have another project in which I'm going to compare settings and see if I can. If I can copy them out, because that's a really nice effect that I like to duplicate there. More ground fog maybe. And it'll be raining as well, so... Oh yeah, that's what we did yesterday. We made the rain effects happen here on the water. And that'll be quite nice. So Mexcellent Regular is the total winner here after 7 votes. I like it. But we did have votes for Mexcellent 3D and Monotone. I appreciate you guys voting. Thank you so much. But it's definitely, the first one is definitely the winner. So let's go and do that. I like it. Oh, there's a small bit of buffering? How interesting. How was that related, I wonder? Okay, look, let's do this thing. I like it. Command R to make that not do all the hard work. Let's go use this. So that, and this one we're gonna go and make. Thank you, Blender, for remembering my preference here. I appreciate it, man. So this bigger. I think I'd like to put the origin point somewhere else, but I don't actually know how to do this on curve objects, so I might go and adjust that later, perhaps. Once it's a proper object, and scaling up and down, that's actually easier to do once we have it. So let's see how we can turn this into a 3D object. That is happening with right click, convert to, no, let's not do that yet. It's under here, it's under geometry and extrude. That's obviously maybe a bit too much here. That's 0.1, and then we can also go and do a bevel here. Do we want to do a bevel? Maybe a little bevel. Oops, that's not what I meant. That was the bevel and the extrude was, no, not the offset, the extrude was 0.1, there we go. I like it. I like it. Exclamation mark J, what should that command bring up? Now you're buffering. So that is the good thing now, is I can actually tell you that is your problem. It's not my problem, because otherwise my OBS would have flagged that up. So that's good to know. So sometimes, you know, it was in the past, it was definitely my upload bandwidth that was at fault. But thankfully, I can tell you OBS says there's no problem. That's good, because usually if it has problem sending out the signal, it lets me know, and it looks like there was no problem. Interesting, right? Now that we get to the bottom of it, I like it. Nate, it is so true. It is a little bit tricky to do that. So once you have that, this is still not a geometric object here. Now it's still a curve object. So you have to go and right click and say convert to mesh. And at that point, it will actually do this. There was another option here that I could have retained the actual curve object. And I think I may / should have done that. I'm going to duplicate that collection here. Duplicate collection, curve text. And I'm going to go make that invisible. And then I'm going to go and call this one mesh text, text. And then this one is going to be, well, we're going to convert it first. Like convert to mesh. There we go. And it's not actually easy to convert text, as you'll see in a moment. J's, and this is going to be Gator Shack. Perfect. The trouble often happens when you go into the wireframe mode. You'll see that the geometry is pretty ugly, and this isn't great for texturing. I mean, thankfully we don't really want to do that. We still need to UV unwrap it, I think, but we don't need textures on this object. So if I needed them, then I would have to remesh the object, because this isn't great, but should be good also when we put a subdivision surface modifier on it. I just want to check that that is the case. That is not under generate. Look, it's holding up stable. So sometimes it falls apart, but thanks to my bevel, it's fine. I don't need it, but you know, just to let you know. Oh yeah, it does actually fall apart a little bit. Here, look at that. So it doesn't withstand subdivision. So let's not do that. If you'd remesh it, then it would hold up better, but also the resolution would start sucking. So let's see if we can do it this way and just make a little bit of a UV change here. Smart UV project. Yes, better. That could be done. That could be done a lot better, couldn't it? Don't we have something? Pack islands. That is now a good thing to use in Blender. I don't think. Yeah, there we go. That's better. As I said, it's less important for us here. But we don't need external tools anymore. They've done an excellent job adding this sort of algorithm in there that we can get a little bit more space out of our UV islands now. Yeah, I see what you mean about the K. At least I haven't made any other spelling mistakes. That is it's definitely got a K, but it looks very similar to the H. I get you. I get you. Now, do we want to keep this as two separate objects once we export it to Unreal Engine? I'm thinking so, just so that we can place them individually. Cursor to selected goes kind of here. Oh, let me do it in Unreal Engine. Actually, I'm going to change the origin in Unreal Engine. Let's go and export this now then as OBJ. OBJs. Selection only. I'll use it. I'll make it 100 times bigger because I think that'll be sort of better. Or does it have materials? No, it doesn't, does it? It doesn't. Let me just go add one on here. That's a J's, and then this can have, is it? Yeah, it has that, perfect. And maybe we're gonna go, we could actually make the letters individual. I think that might be a good idea. Even if we give them the same shader in Unreal Engine, it might be a better idea to just get them individual. Oh, that is something I hadn't expected here. So let's say this is G. Dang. I hadn't quite expected it to be that pernickety. But hey, it is. Shouldn't have turned it, man. Shouldn't have turned it. And assign. So now we have this is that. No, almost. This is that. Perfect. And then we have this here. Okay, then we go make this one is a T. Then they can all have different colors and they can flash at their own individual rate and stuff. That's that. And then we have this one here. Sometimes you just hover and press L. That's enough as well. I'm not sure if I understand it, Nate. For some reason, this makes me want to attempt creating the 3D object by changing the UV wrap. You can do that. But yeah, no, you can do that. Sometimes if you, so that might be, sometimes you actually change the texture. If you can't change the UV map and you have to live with that, you can change just the picture that you use for the texture. That is also possible. That's what game modders sometimes do. Because they can't load a new UV set onto something. Is that what you mean? Is that what you want to do with that? Just so that I understand. So that works okay, doesn't it? Yes. We just need to do the shack. Yeah, Blender is one of those apps where you think Blender can do it all. But the good thing is you don't have to know it all from the beginning. That's kind of cool. That was stressing me out when I first learned Blender. That I was thinking, how am I going to learn all that? And then it turns out, well, you don't have to, which makes it really takes the stress of doing that. Assign. C assign, and then we have the K. Assign. Okay. Quick check. Have we got it all? Oops. Oh man. This is actually a, yes, A1. A1, and then the other one here, this one, that's A2. Yes. We can make it blink in Blender already. That's cool. And then there's that. Okay, fine. Good stuff. So that's that done. Now let's go do the J. I think it's easier for me to select if I'm just going to go and rotate it up that way. And then we just go make the final rotation in Unreal Engine. Let's go rename this to just J and assign. Oh, you're on a 3D hiatus. Wow, that's interesting. I like it. Oh, commercial. Oh, nice. Maybe I can queue one, see what happens. Q&A session. That's mean, isn't it? Just when I'm about to answer Nate's question. That's totally not what I meant. Like taking white noise and manipulating it painstakingly enough to make it sound like someone saying hello. Oh, wow. That is kind of, you know, that is quite the ordeal, Nate. But there's also fun to be had, right, in that, I'm thinking. Assign. And then we have this, and that's going to be Y. Assign. And then we go and say S. Assign. Funstration. That is going to be my favorite word now. S001. Okay, let's call it S2 then. No, not that. I meant select. That's the, okay, fine. That, and that. And this was supposed to be S2. Okay. Save. And now let's export things out. Oh, I've got an UE export here. That's much better. I'm going to use that. Perfect. So it was 100% scale, but it was also the forward axis needs to be changed. Otherwise, it's an issue. JSign. That's that. And then we have, that was bad, wasn't it? Let's do that again. I meant to say selected only. And then this one is also that. Gator Shack sign. And it's also selected only. Let's see how that comes into Unreal Engine. Make a new folder, meshes, I'll call it. And then in here, I'll just go and put both of these. See if it works. As no skeleton. No, it's good. Materials, I don't think we have any. So don't create them because we're just going to go and make our own here. There we go. That is that. Gator Shack sign. Ooh, nice. Sweet. So that's one. We have all our material zones here with the slots. That's cool. So I can go and use the neon shader that we have. And then we have the J sign. Yes. So hey, that has worked okay. I think one thing, not that it's absolutely necessary, I might just go and turn it into nanite. I could have done that on import, but I guess I didn't. Missing project settings. Shader model 6 is required for use with nanite settings. Is that not enabled? Dang. I guess it isn't. Let's go make it happen then. Everything needs SM6 these days. Like that, right? Is that it? Yeah, restart settings. And for Vulkan, we'll go and switch that on as well. Restart now, man. Let's do it. Funstration, yes, it's going to be the 2024's new word. I like it. $49. Do that. I'll do that. Absolutely. Good idea. Let's go, Brandon. Is that like a cool storyboard? So funny. Hello. Yes. Can we go? There we go. That's it. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Let's see if we can put the J sign in here. Can we? There it is. Oh yeah. So I think the first thing I want to do is change the origin point here. So where the Y is here, that's probably good, and perhaps also where the front is. Is that good? No. It's probably accurate enough. And then you say pivot set as pivot offset. Perfect. That's that. Because now we can go and do that and that. And then we go and do kind of that. Sort of here, right? I'm thinking it's a mighty large sign. How am I going to power that? Haven't quite worked that out yet. And then we go and maybe put it on an angle a little bit. We'll work that out, and then the other one, Gator Shack, goes on the bottom here. Gator Shack. I'm glad you're still here. I'm glad you're still here, both of you. All of you, in fact. Oops, that was not the right side. This is it here. No, that isn't it. Oh, come on. Is it? Oh, it is. Oh, yes. That is also not in the right position, is it? Well. So Alt middle mouse button click. Maybe the S is actually perfect for that. Bottom of the S here. And then at the front, like so. Yes. And then we say pivot set as pivot offset, and then we can put that in the right position. Oops. like so, and then we do like that, and then we do like this and like that, sort of. Oops. Yeah, and then of course it's mounted on this wooden thing here, I'm thinking. Jace Gator Shack. Oops. Could even be a little bit on an angle, but I think I'm okay if it's sort of affixed to this wood here and stands on the roof. Thinking that's fine. And we'll go and get rid of home in a minute, or maybe we can just move that. Oh, that's a fog sheet, isn't it? It's a fog. Go away. This here, yes, 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 indeed. That can all go sort of over here. Let's grab the shaders from that in a second. Yeah, that's sort of somehow mounted there. I don't really know how. It just kind of is. I think that could work out. We need a mech twin coat. I love it. I love it. That is a very good idea. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. That would be under commands. I like it. Ah, thank you. Should I just say mech? That's easy, right? If I say !mech, that's a good command. Check out Meg Twins channel. She's making, whoops, making games in Unreal Engine. And that's youtube.com/add_Meg_twin, right? I think. Try it out and let me know if it works. And if we find we need any more commands and shoutouts, please do let me know. Then we can totally make it happen. Now, about the shaders, I might just use whatever they have on home. This one here. And copy exactly that shader. H sign. I think I might go and let me go make another folder actually. That'll be materials. And then we can go and go in here and just go and duplicate that and put that into materials. Move here, yes. So then I'll just call that MI neon red, and then we have another one here. Duplicate that and just put that also in materials. Move, and then we'll call that one MI pink neon. And then we could have a few more maybe. Let's see if we can make it blue, because they have those things in bright and dark colors and that other color. So if we just go and make it, put it to blue, that'll be that. And then this is going to be more like a lighter blue. And this is a kind of a pale blue. like so. Let's see if that works. Does it? Yes, that could work. And it flashes. That's cool. Let's see if this is what we had in mind. I'll just put it on all these letters here and just see if it's, yeah, there we go, nice. And then we can go and fiddle with the blink frequency and the colors on all of these. That is quite cool. So like the second one in J could be pink, and the last one could be red. So if we make yellow and green as well, I think you know, we can do something. Dude, it could be exclamation mark Chris with the small c. That's possible. Mr. Chris, how's it going? And then we have flashy materials. How does this work if I wanted to override the flashiness, if I don't want them to flash at the same time? That is like flicker speed. If we just make that like 1, does that go faster or slower? We're doing the pink, so that makes it faster. I like that. So 0.1 makes it slower. And then we have, oh, what's the contrast? What does that do? Does that do anything? Maybe we'll leave that on 1. How about intensity? Oh, right, how much it flickers. Oh, I like it. So we have a lot of variation there. That is good. And the red doesn't flicker at all, but some of them may flicker. This is great. Really? Nate, what's going on? I thought it's all in hardware these days. I'm doing great. Thank you for asking, Popeye. Good to see you. Good to see you. I saw you earlier in the chat. Glad that you're back. I'm just doing some materials here for Jay's Gator Shack, and they're inspired by this, but I'll go and change some of the other colors a little bit. So yeah, it's good fun. It's good fun. And then hopefully we can go and render out we'll just animate the gator later. So this is going to be green bright neon. So this will be like a deep green then. And this is then a kind of a palish type green. And this is a medium green. Like so. And maybe I'll put that into here. Yes, nice. And then if that's too bright, oh, this doesn't flicker, does it? I like it already. This is good. So intensity, you know, we'll work on that later. But in principle, I think this is getting there. This is good. And maybe Gator and Shack, they can just be two different colors. Maybe one can be yellow. I think yellow we don't have yet. Let's go and duplicate that. Yellow dark. More like a gold, maybe. What else do we need? We've got blue, red, pink, green. Gator Shack sign. That's Gator. And maybe the other one can just be, could just be red. I like it. Maybe one doesn't even work. That could be. Hey, that's sweet. I can see it working. This is nice. MacBook Air M1. Yeah, the stream's only been going for an hour and a half. 30%. That feels a lot. Could be Discord in the background, Nate. That could be it. Could be. It gets packaged. That's exactly what it is. Yes. So true. There aren't. Popeye, this I've just made, the sign here, that I've made that in Blender, and the environment, that's what Julia's just posted a link to. It's the Leartes Extravaganza, and that is what I'm using for this animation. Let me see if I can show you the other bits and pieces here. Once we have the lighting, I think fog's this, and then these two guys, they're already on. I think I'm not quite happy with the post-process settings here. I think I want to make that a little bit lighter. I mean, it's dark enough, but it's quite a bit too dark. So let me see if I can go and make that color grading a little better here, without it being washed out, of course. But I'm thinking maybe 0.8 for the shadows, and then I think we need just a bit more light overall. Let me see if that's possible with this here, with the brightness. If we give the moon light a bit more intensity. Yeah, there we go. And I think some of these shaders, they're just a little bit too bright. So let me add an emission control to the master shader, unless we already have it. Because intensity, is that just... Oh, that is intensity. Okay, perfect. So that we already have. I thought that's the flicker intensity. I think it's just the brightness intensity. So that's nice. How about pink neon? Pink neon. This I'm thinking could be a bit more intense. Like so, and then we have that yellow. That's a bit too much as well. But now it's not really... It's not really saturated enough, is it? Make it a bit warmer here. Maybe yellow isn't a great color for that. Maybe we'll try something more like orange. Did I do that right? This needs to be the bright one. Yeah, TBC. I think the flicker effects and the colors, I think the green is still a bit too much. Let's see if we can make that a little bit more. Yeah, maybe that's it. The rare purple gator. Ooh, well, that's maybe this is the guy we can. Where is the gator? He's here somewhere, isn't he? That's him. I don't know if he's purple or not. That's him here. So this is the gator, and he's going to go and swim over here every once in a while. Once we set up the cameras, that's the plan. Yeah, Fluid Flux is fantastic. If you can catch it on sale, I highly recommend it. That is a wonderful system. It can simulate oceans, and yeah, I've bought it. It is really, really good. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Yep, $3.5 grand for the Apple Vision Pro, just so that it takes a picture of your eyes and then projects it to the front, because that's how I want to speak to people who are wearing it. Or not. Yes, the one Apple product I can tell you I'm not gonna buy, because that would be ridiculous. So the original sign here, I'm going to go and make that invisible. Maybe even pop it onto a different level. Actually, I'm going to do that. Let's go do that. Levels. Make a new level. And we'll call it unused objects. And everything that's selected will move to this level. Perfect. And then we just go switch off the whole level. And then we don't have to worry about stuff. So we have about half an hour, which is nice. Let's see if we can make... If we can add a little bit of foliage to the background, and then see if we can go and animate the alligator in position. I don't really know where he needs to be yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to use the camera animations we set up yesterday, because they came with the set. So I think I might just make my own. One's going to be just here. I don't know if I'm going to animate them in here, or if I'm just going to go and export static 20-second shots out and do the subtle zoom in Premiere. I might end up doing that. Yeah, maybe I'll just go and pick a few-ish camera angles here. One is a wider shot. That's here. This is good for to see the gator in the front. So that'll be shot number 1. And then we'll have another one is always good from sort of here. I like seeing the boat here. That might be nice. And also the moving grass here. So that's 2. Then we have a couple of bigger ones. This might be, I might tone this light down. That's a bit much here. This is going to be nice to show this from here. And then I'm quite partial to sort of this. Maybe have I might put a little arcade in there. 4. And I'm just mapping these out so that I know where I need to put foliage. Moon, I might position the moon slightly different. Oh yeah, I like seeing the... I like seeing this. That's quite nice. This is where the gator might make another appearance. So we've got this one, that one, that one, that one. I think this might be a nice one. Yeah, let's see if we can tone down this light here. And we need to switch off the fog, otherwise it goes and does its thing. Airbus blades, and then this is the Airbus blades. So that isn't it. What are you? Emissive mesh, I get you. Are you it? There's multiple. Okay, I get you. Emissive mesh. Emissive engine intensity, that's just a bit too much. So let's go and turn all of those down, I'm thinking. Like maybe 10. Maybe 10 is a bit too... Oh, that's already 10. Maybe that's a little bit uncool now, because the effect was quite groovy, wasn't it? And we can of course only see that when we go and see all these things. Yeah, I think it's still too much. I think if I wanted to emphasize it, I'll just go and use a point light. I think I might turn the emissives down even further. Did that work? No, there's still something else at work that makes this so bright here. Could be another, could be a light at work. And that is in fact the light here, huh? That's something that I really don't like so much, that when you have all these things like fog planes and other stuff, that you can't select things behind there. So there's this and there's that. So maybe this is the one that's a bit harsh here. That's the one. That wasn't actually the emissive. And then we had another one here. So that's a little bit less, you know, overpowering. I think also we could do with bringing out some of the other background detail out, just with a little point light here. Oops. Where are you, buddy? And you see, like that, it's really bad that I can't just go and select that. I think there's things that you can switch off here somehow, but I'm not entirely sure exactly where that is. Like, we could just not show fog at all, so I don't have to switch it off all the time. Take all the static meshes and all the other bits and pieces off here. But you know, for ultra dynamic sky, it's always in the foreground. And you always select something that you don't want to select. Yeah, just lights like this that lighten up some of the geometry here. Doesn't have to be much, and also you can say don't cast shadows. That makes it cheaper to calculate. All right, we want to make this point light here. J's light. Let's go and put that into my lights folder. And then also make sure that this gets moved into the persistent level, because this we want to make invisible, and then we can go and duplicate it around. Are those decals? I think we don't need to. No, there's not decals. There, I think it'll be beneficial if we do actually see some of these things. And that makes the whole scene a little bit more soft as well when we look at it. Lighting is always this big drama, isn't it? They do, like from a point of view of just putting things together and getting this immediate visual feedback. It's really nice. Other things are a little bit complicated. So exactly. So you didn't even see that before. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go do this on this part here as well. It's a little. Sometimes it's easy if you work with two viewports. Maybe we should do that, and then one can have. In one, I can just go and see where my things are, and the other one, I can then go and switch off all the overlays and just see if that's the effect that I want. Sometimes that works better if I have a second viewport here. Or you do, I think there's also this here. But I think I prefer, whoops, hello. What do I do? No, not right. Perspective. There we go. I do prefer having a second one on a second monitor. That's also nice. You can have up to 4 viewports. So if we had like this, can be our just having a look at the scene one, and then this one here I can go and put to unlit, and then it'll be easier for me to position lights and not worry about the overlay. So another thing, and the light's going to look a little bit better. Another thing of concern is like this part here. I like to light that and this part, and then all this structure here, and then maybe something in the entrance, and maybe also underneath here. And then when we have our real lights, it'll be more. It'll just, you know, we'll see more anyway. Let's go do that from left to right, and from this corner here. Yes, it is very, very cool how you can do things in Unreal Engine. And the cost of that, of course, is that it requires that super beefy computer you've been hearing about so many times. But also at the expense of your brain that needs to learn all these things, you know. I think there's one parameter here that has something to do with soft source radius that can get rid of these harsher spots here sometimes. I think 50 might be a good medium. There, I think maybe that's enough of this illuminated. And let's see if we can go to this structure here now. You can also use other lights, of course. You don't have to use point lights, but they're the cheapest to render. So sometimes it might be beneficial to have something like a rectangular one. I think then one in the front, sort of here, I'm thinking. Yes, good point. Snow, my goodness. Ugh. Wait, did I copy that light already? Or did I not? I can't remember. Yeah, I must have done. Dang. Yeah, so something here. Yeah, but without showing that reflectivity here. Maybe even this boat already has some lights here. Whoops, hello. Unreal Engine, don't crash on me now, buddy. There, we can see that a little better. And I think a bit of light here on the house, on the sides. Let's see if we can make that happen. And on the bottom, and then we'll see if that's it. There, and I think maybe one last one. No, actually that doesn't give me anything. Okay, well maybe this is a good looking scene now. Let's see. Let's see, with all our lights and all the fog in place. J's lights, and then we have the fog planes, and then we have ultra dynamic sky. And we go switch real time on again and just quickly save stuff. And 14,000 unbuilt light objects. I don't really believe it. So I think as soon as we hit play, well, probably that goes away, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. Dang. There we go. It did go away. Oh, look at that. So quite interesting now that we see all this fog, that my lights are almost too bright. While it does show stuff up, it shows so much, too much stuff up. Let's see if we can just turn them all down. This is without my lights, so that makes the contrast very harsh here. And even with a little bit of my lights, that makes it a bit softer here. So now I think the only thing I want to hide is this corner here. So I think all of that needs just some swamp grass. Yet the moon is being coy. Yes, I was thinking of animating the moon, but I think I might not do that. I think I might leave the moon as it is and just have him static in the sky there. I could... I'll see if I can bring him down a little bit more. Oh, that's the other way around. Yeah, maybe he's actually okay. Maybe he's okay there at that spot. That's a bit too low. Maybe we'll kind of leave him here. I think that's nice. I think I'm okay with that. Animate the man in the moon. That's a good idea. I'm gonna go and cue an advert, go to the bathroom, and I'll be right back. Let's see if this works. It's fine. It's fine. Foosball is important. Hey Nate, I'm glad it worked out. I'm really glad. This is good to know. So you're saying, yes, Loop Road is one of those roads that is in the Everglades. It's basically the dividing road between the start of the Everglades at the south of Florida and where, you know, civilization is to the north, and then to the south there's like gators and stuff. So I'm thinking, yeah, some of those types of trees, but also some of these swampy, grassy bits in the background. Let's see if we can make that happen. Control R to make this not update in real time. And how did they do this with their swamp? Is this all? Well, let's save it first of all. Let's see if this is actually foliage, if they have foliage in their level here. Do they? Yes, they do. And that is all foliage, so that's perfect. That's exactly what I was hoping. So if we go into foliage mode, we already have swamp grass here. That's great. So all I need to do then is enable all of them. And we're painting it on landscape and static meshes, but not on foliage. Yeah, okay, that's good. So then in here, this is where we need more, right? Whoops, no, not here. And also not on the swamp boat. Here, there, exactly. And I think we just need a higher paint density here, like this, and sort of in patches in the Everglades with a little sort of river behind it in between, so you can go and do your thing here. I think we can probably get a bit larger here. Scale X to maybe twice as big. Because for background objects, that's nice. Just add something here. I don't think we ever see the other side of this, because if we did, we probably have to do other stuff here. And then in the back of that, I'm thinking something like the trees. That would be kind of nice. So this already hides that edge quite nicely. Oops. This is so cool. You define your camera angles, and then wherever it doesn't look great, you just go and do some touch-ups. And boom, right? C'est vrai. Oui, mais non. Maintenant. And the only other thing I know how to say in French is tirer sur le pianiste. And then exactly, and then you place the additional props. It saves you so much work, especially for cinematics. If you do it for an interactive project, it's different. But if you do it for this, very, very good idea. Let's see if we can find some trees. So I would like something like these exciting trees in the background. I'll switch all my foliage off here and switch foliage back. Do we have some? What do I have in my library? Where is my library? Here, there it is. What trees do I have? I've got these European. I don't think I have proper Smart ancient trees. They might work. Nope, still working on it. Kind of swamp trees is what I'm looking for. Let's see what these ancient trees are. They might help. Oh yeah, look at that. They might help. Because we don't really need them to have foliage. It's fine if they're just, you know, gnarly little bits. That might work. That would work, right? I'm thinking that as well. Yeah, because I don't even need those as foliage objects. They're just like a few in the background, so I can just go duplicate them. It does, yes. I mean, it's you don't really have to do preview renders in Unreal Engine, Nick, because it's so fast that you can just do a regular render. And I think we're gonna get to it today. I can show you how to do it. Let me go and use this, and then we'll dot that around in the background here. It's basically, you use the movie render queue for that, and add to wetland sanctuary. Yeah, let's use those. You use the movie render queue for that, and you define a camera move or multiple camera moves, and then you just tell it where to render, and it goes and does it, and it's incredibly fast. So there is a way to get better quality renders out of it than real time. And they take a little bit longer, but I'm still saying, like, we're talking 1 to 2 seconds per frame of render time in 4K, and that's really good. There is, if it's enabled, there is under here that you will find, if the plugin is enabled or if the shader is enabled, you find something called the path tracer, and that is like Cycles in Blender or like iRay in DAZ Studios, where you can use the same textures to use a proper ray traced render. That takes longer, but it's also pretty cool. So if you don't want the real-time look, you can use path tracing in Unreal Engine as well. Let's see. Smart ancient trees, there we go. 3ds maps. Let's just do a little excursion and see what the trees look like, and then I can go and pick the ones that we want. I think these are rigged, actually. Yeah, look at that. Some stumps. What's this one called? I'm already in love. What are you called? You're called Stump Be Rigged. Okay, that's good. So when you say rigged, that means it does actually have a skeleton. Yes, look at that. It has bones you can rotate. That is pretty cool for close-ups. That is pretty cool. Smart ancient trees. That is pretty cool. If you can do that so that nothing sticks up, if you want to really integrate it into your environment, you just position them exactly how they need to be. That is a great idea. Very, very. It could do, yes, exactly. It could just pop the gator on the head. So stump B, you're a contender. Stump A as well. So stumps we're good with. And then we need some of these. All the stumps are actually cool. They come rigged and non-rigged, so I don't think I need the rigged version for what I'm doing, but that's good to know. And then some of these curly gnarly ones here. What are you? You're like tree B, A, B, and C. Oh, that's great. Let's just go drag them all into the scene. That sounds fantastic. I like it. Grab the gator and just buff him on the head, or take him out of the water and go, don't you attack the people who live here. So yeah, like here, and my guide is going to be Just this plane, I'm thinking. So it has documentation. Meshes, props, trees, and stumps. I like it. Well, stumps, massive. Stump and root, I don't think we need. Stump B, that's also nice. And then we have tree. And then we have another one here. Yes, massive. And maybe that's good variation. Do we have one more tree maybe? Tree B, was there no tree in here? Tree A. Oh yeah, good stuff. Great, so since they're background objects, I think I can make them a bit larger. Oh no, it's ultra dynamic sky getting in the way again. There. No, it's the fog planes getting in the way. Yes, there we go. So make them all a bit larger, first of all. And then we go dot them around. And we'll worry about rotation later. Just to go put them into position here. I think you can also come over, go back here. Yeah, I don't need to do it with foliage everywhere. So then here as well. Oop, not that. Yes, very nice. Is there a stump C? I think there was, wasn't there? There is tree stump C. Yes, there is. I guess your MacBook is really enjoying the program. I found when you turn things to minus 100%, then rotate them, they're mirror images. That is correct. That is correct. One problem with that approach, just to be aware of it, is that the normals will be inverted if you do that. And it'll depend on the render engine if it can handle that. But it's good, cheap trick. If the render engine can, then yeah, good idea to do that. I mean, there's the normals, but there's also the textures that are then mirrored. So it's just something to be aware of. That is pretty cool. I'm sort of tempted to move him, whoops. Move him in like this. That's all we have. Oh, and over here, we need more stuff, including the, maybe stump C, right? He could come here. And definitely a couple of you guys, not you. Fog plane, even though, hey, let's enjoy ourselves. Fog plane can come as well. Fog plane wants to come, it's cool. Let's go move you over there as well. We need another fog plane over there. Oh, Nate, have you seen that they're doing there's a DLC that's coming soon to Gas Station Simulator. And it's about doing the gas station on a Caribbean island. I thought that was quite nice. Great idea, that. So I think maybe this guy here. You can go more in the corner over here. You should, Nate, you should. No, but then 19%, I mean, that gives you another half hour, you know. I think I might be done by then, who knows? But successfully plugged, I like it, I like it. Oh, the browser game, yeah, they do suck battery. They do suck battery. I have to say though, this is something that Apple have really done well, battery consumption on their devices. I have to say that is just something, all the NVIDIA things and all the Xeon and AMD processors, they really just suck battery out quite a lot. And that's just, it's a shame. It doesn't really have to be that way. Or maybe for them it has to. I don't really know. It would just be nice if it didn't have to be that way. Okay, let's see what this looks like with the lights on. And then maybe let's try to animate the gator as he goes through one of the scenes. And I think we can probably watch the compilation that I made yesterday. And I'll just show Nick quickly how to render this out. And then we're going to set this up again just from 5 camera angles and then render out 20 seconds of each. And then I can go and do the compilation in Premiere, there we go. Okay, did that, and now we go and put Jay's lights are on, lighting, fog planes, UDS. There we go. Let Lumen calculate the particles for a little bit. Okay, so this could be one shot. And we've got the fog, we've got things going there. So imagine just a very subtle zoom in here. I'm thinking just each shot, imagine each shot for 20 seconds. Here's the gator that would go in at the bottom here. And then we have something like this. Be nice if the boat would bob up and down the water as well. Buoyancy, let's not get into that for now. And then we have something like this. And once again, just moving just ever so slightly. And then we have this. Oh, where's I don't see Jay's Gator Shack. Where's the Gator Shack? I see Jay's, but Gator Shack is gone. Let's investigate where that is. That shot I feel could do with another tree in the background here. Maybe you. No, not you. Man, make things unselectable. If ever I find that in Unreal Engine. No, not you either. This is all easy fog, so make that a new folder and call it easy fog and put easy fog into fog there, and also take fog out of lighting. There. No. Now we need to go and switch off all the fog. And the decals can probably stay on. Yes, there we go. I got it. Perfect. This here, you can kind of go over here. And maybe we'll have a kind of a stump double. Yes, very good. Sort of here. And just make you smaller. And just rake into here. Something like that. That's fine. You can go and show us a friendlier side. And you can be just a little smaller, so that makes for it more interesting. So punny, yes. Wawas, that's cool. We don't have Wawas here. We do have gift cards for Wawas, but we don't actually have a Wawa thing here. Do we need something else here? Yes, we do. I find like we had, didn't we have, yeah, like these things here. Sort of debris things. Yeah, just something to make it a bit more interesting. Also over here. And here as well, I think. Actually, no, we have that reflection of the rain here, so we're okay there. We're okay. And this is where we want the gator to swim. So let's see if we can animate him here in this shot here. So you come from over here, buddy. And then we'll switch you over to local. Save everything. Oh, hang on, that's the wrong angle, isn't it? I like it. He could come up here, like, and then we go. Oh yeah, that needs to be in the. He's a little bit bent. I think that's why I said world orientation, but world then means. Yeah, there we go, like this. So come out, bob up, and then just go through that shot here. Oh, look, this is interesting. So we mustn't go through these guys with their decals. I hadn't realized that. So he mustn't swim through those because they're just projections. I see. How about the grass? Is that also projection? Yeah, it is. Ha! These are all projections. I didn't know. That's very cheap to do. Lily pads, that's them, yes. So we just make sure he swims in front of them. There's always something, isn't there? He would make him elevate. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Let's see if let me just go and set these things up in cinematics here. Do we have a cinematics folder? We don't actually. That's probably a good idea to start one now. Cinematics. And I'm gonna go and you do this from here. I could do add a level sequence in cinematics, and I'll call this one shot one wide. Thanks, that's not really what I meant, but thanks, Unreal Engine, it's cool. And I can go and use my camera shortcut here, and then I'll go and create a camera with this, I think. And then that's almost nice, but it's too wide. So I'll go and make this like 18, 12 even. 12 is probably what we need. 12 is good, then we have enough room here. So 12 millimeters. And then one other thing that I'll do is I'll put you into a cameras folder. It's a spawned camera, so that's good. It's in cameras. Cameras itself can go into cinematics. And my camera itself, I'm also going to name what this shot's called. So cam one wide. And since we'll do this in 60 frames a second, and I want to have about 20 seconds, that means it'll have to be 20 seconds times 60 frames. That's 1200 frames. That might even be too much, but I'll just render it that way. So 1200. Put that out, and then make the camera track also extend just above and beyond a little bit. And then on one other thing I need to do is the process blend weight. I'll set that to 0 just so that I get my own post-process volume instead of its own thing. Bring back the fog, and bring back this. And that's this. So I think in this sequence here, I might go and animate the alligator. He may need a light. I don't really know that yet. Here's the gator, and we'll go and track him in this. So track gator in here. And I think he might just come in. Oh, let's make this seconds here, show time as seconds, and we can show this for 5 seconds, and he can pop up and move over here. Let's say this is his starting position here. And then he'll swim over to about 18 maybe. And then we'll do this with the auto key. Yes, that's what we're doing. Whoops. And let's not pilot that camera while we're animating him. So out should be hello? Man. Pilot this. No, just pilot the camera, dude. There's that. There we go. Perfect. So, and then we go back to Gator. Gator needs to be underwater at that point still, so that might work. I don't know why Shift C doesn't really work here at the moment. We don't want you to come out, we just want you to do this, and then maybe here you're going back down. Perfect. You do that here as well. So move, duplicate that here, move it slightly further back, and let's do this. And then you come up, and then you do this, and then you come down again. Perfect. And then where exactly that is, we'll just you know, worry about that a little bit later. I forgot the bolts. Yes, I don't know where the shack sign is. That's a good point. Where is the shack sign? Yeah, have I accidentally deleted that? Jay's, no, that's Jay's lights. Yes, where is that? New sign. Sign, there's a J sign, but I don't see the other sign. Gonna have to dredge the water. Absolutely, maybe it just fell off. I must have accidentally deleted it. That's pretty uncool, huh? The only sign I have here is this. Is it? Oh, do you know what? It could accidentally have been on... No, it's not. I thought it's maybe on the unused level here, but it isn't. So it looks like I've just dropped it. Let's put it back. Actually, thank you for noticing that. Why, you know? The Gator Shack sign. And I had done this all, set this all up properly with the... It fell off. It totally fell off. Okay, no worries, no panic. Switch this off, switch off the fog. Do this, do that. Yeah, Jay's Gator Shack. It just fell off. Whoops, no, that's up. Now I've got more than I need. No, dude, don't do that. Do this, and then you You do a bit of that. Then we do this, and then we just go and say pivot set as pivot offset, and then we go and do that. Whoops, actually we do this first, and then we do that. Then we kind of do sort of that. No, not that. We do this. And then we go and do that here. Blame the Gator. Poor Gator, he ate the sign. Another sign? Yes, I'm sorry, we need to order another sign because the previous one just, it disappeared again. And it's not due to theft. It's due to Gator incidents. Yeah, so I said let's put it on the bottom of the roof here, I believe. And then we just go and make it a bit larger like there. But now, of course, we need to set up the shaders again. Thankfully, we still have those, didn't we? I forgot which one, how we did this now. There, it's back. Okay, save. Leave it there. Oh, do you know, I think it's because we don't have a, do we not have that master sequence? Do we maybe need to make that happen here? I'll call this one Gator Shack Master, and then I'll go and add the first shot in here. And can we do that? No, we can't. Dang, I don't know why. Here we've got a cuts track. Or do we need to tell you, is this not the camera we're looking for? Select cam white there. That's it. That's it. We still don't do it. It could be an Unreal Engine bug. I'm not entirely convinced, not entirely sure at this point. Yeah, because this is, you should just go and select cam 1. Well, in the cuts track, I was thinking, dude. Yeah, it just, I'm still not seeing it. It's a little bizarre. And he's moving sides a little bit. I think he's slightly rotated, so that we don't really want that either. But what we do want really is a second viewport, so we can look at this while we fiddle, right? There. No cinematic control here. Eject this. Oh, is this? No. I think his local rotation isn't perfect. So let's get rid of this and of that. And in fact of that. That's him more swimming in a straight line, isn't he? And then the only other thing that I want to do between here is just move interpolation to linear. And then he just goes, pops up. And we might move the camera into position here a little bit better. But then he just goes and does this. And just goes and, you know, swims through. I think that's fine. I think here we can even vary this a little bit. As we go and push in a little bit. Erase the grass patches. I can do that. That's a good point. I don't think we'll actually see it from this angle here, you know. I think I'm okay with that being there. But I see what you mean. Maybe just go and curb these few here. Good eye art. Let's do that. Let's just go get rid of these two here. No, not landscape. Sorry, foliage. Yes. Very good call, Art. Brush size, more like 20, or maybe 50. 50, and we'll hold, was it shift, deselect? Yeah, there we go. And save, yes. Good idea. Oh, there's another one here. Let's get rid of that as well. And then maybe we can even add one or two in front here once the shot's finalized. I think this isn't actually our camera here, is it? This is our camera. I think I'd like for him to start a little bit later. Like this, him coming up. I think I want to see this. I want to see this here already. Yeah, like that. That's nice, isn't it? And then we can always go. I like that accidental change in speed there as well. Although I do think this, let's go get rid of that. And then just go with the camera a little bit to show him better. So much fun. The Gator nuggets and fries. Yes, have that. I recommend them with tartar sauce. They're great. They're just too good. So that heat's not at the very bottom here. I'm thinking I'll just go and change the camera itself. We haven't keyframed that, but if we just go and oops, no, God no. Just do this. I think that's probably enough to make it all nice and creepy. I like it. Okay, finally we've got our first shot done. We're good with that. Let's go and let's go to saving, right? Saving, very important. And let's go, that was that. Let's go with number 2. Another level sequence. So this is going to be shot 2. Wide from the left, and we'll put a camera in here. We'll call that one cam 2 wide left. We'll put it into cameras, and we'll make sure this is 18 millimeters. And I think we don't do, not 18, it was 12, wasn't it? 12, yes, perfect. That's that. I'll do the zoom in on my in the editor. That's that. So then we have dude, seriously. Sometimes Unreal Engine just doesn't behave like it did yesterday. It's bizarre, but hey, that's just how the cookie crumbles. Another level sequence. This is going to be SQ shot 3 closer. And again, camera here. Cam 3 closer. And then this is going to be 12. And I think I forgot the blend, but let's not worry about it. Maybe it's going to work out this time. That's that shot. I also haven't done the 20 seconds here, like on the previous one. So there, 20 seconds. That might even be too long. 20 seconds might be a bit much. Okay, that, and then this also didn't have that. This and that. By doing it this way, I can render them out individually and then do the dissolve in the post as well. That's something I can't do in Unreal Engine at the moment. We need the Butter Barn. You're so right. We totally need the Butter Barn song. We need to totally figure that out. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 is this. That's, what is that? That's kind of the boat shot here. Level sequence. SQ shot 4. Boat. camera, cam 4 boat, 12, 20, go do that, do that, do that, do that. By extending them in front of the first thing, during rendering we avoid the crummy frame there. Because, you know, it just does that sometimes. Move to cameras. Didn't I have a special cinematics folder with cameras in it? Is that the one? No, these are their cameras here. Oh, okay, these are their cameras. Okay, that was 4. Then we have 5. 5 is this. That is from the right, so closer right. New level sequence. SQ 5 closer right. New camera here. Cam 5 closer right. 12 centimeters. Millimeters even. 20. This goes here, that goes there, that goes there, whoops, that goes here and there. And I think we're almost done. This goes into cinematics for now. That was 5, that was 6. 6 is the last one. 6 is kind of from above-ish. Let's do above. I like it. And that's 12, and we'll call this one above into here, and then we'll make that 20 seconds. That, and then this goes here, and that goes there. Haha. So now we can go and charging has put me back to 32%. Well, it's working on it. Have you still got that browser game open, Nate? That could be what it is. Maybe. So we have 6 times 20, that is about 2 minutes, isn't it? So that's about 120 seconds, thereabouts. That's a long sequence, but then that gives me handles to overlap as well. That's quite nice. So that's number 1 here. Then we have SQ sort of 2, no, SQ underscore 2 maybe. Shot 2. Then we have anything with 3 in it, yes, shot 3. Anything with 4 in it? Yes. Boat. Then we have 5. Closer right. And then we have number 6. All right. But I don't know why I can't. Is it because of the camera cuts track? Is that what we need here? Could be. It could well be that that's what it is. But no, it isn't, because Otherwise, we'd see this now, and it's not the case. Terrible. Meg, thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here. I might just go and close Unreal Engine down because I'm not entirely sure if this is all kosher here. I think some of these might not be set to 60 frames as well. That might be why I'm getting little question marks here. That has nothing to do with the camera cut though, why that doesn't work. Because it should. I've done this before, trust me, that it usually works. Don't know why it doesn't work this time. That's 60, that's fine. This is not 60. And then this one's probably also not 60. There, now question mark is gone. But still there's no properly cutting thing. So I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. I don't know why this doesn't do it. Have I disabled cinematic control? Is disabled? Is that why? No. Yes, that was why. Is that why? Do we not need a camera cuts track then? There we go. It was just that. Phew. I'm just so glad it was that simple. Yeah, sometimes I think YouTube doesn't count the thumbs all that properly. So yeah, sometimes it shows less than there are. So no worries. No worries at all. Let's go render this out then with all the McGubbins, and we'll see if it works first of all with all the rain, and if we see everything that we should be seeing. It's about here. Yes, let's try it out. Do I have the Movie Render Queue plugin enabled even? I haven't, have I? Duh. Appreciate that. Appreciate the 100% things coming up and the hearts. Really, really nice of you. Thank you for hanging in here. I really appreciate that. Very nice. Close to 3 hours. My streams are getting longer. I might start later, but my streams are getting longer, I have to say. Sometimes 3D does that to you. Movie. If you're not doing anything tonight, I'm not doing anything tonight, so it's all good. Movie render queue, yes. Movie render queue, additional passes, no. Restart now, yes. While I pour myself another cup of coffee. Zoomy Gator. How's your farming project going, Meg? Oh, Meg's just left, hasn't she? Dang. Meg's working on a really nice, cute farming project in Unreal Engine 4. Perfect. Now we'll go back to lit mode. Everything is switched on. I like it. Sure, update my project. Sure, whatever. Open the thing. Yes, that's good. That's good. I like it. Shift C to do this. Here's the gator. We may just attach a light to the gator just so that I can see him better. Or do you think it's okay to just not actually see him and just have him like this? It might actually be nice to not have him lit. Hard to say, isn't it? No, don't make him glow, but I think I could just attach a light that travels with him, just so that we get a little bit of, you know, a little bit of thing there. I could animate the light, that it goes, you know, back and forth like a searchlight. I think that would be good. Same with the satellite dish. So I might implement that. The moon also, especially in this shot, I think I'd like him a little bit higher again so that he's in the correct position. This we could potentially animate. Because I like the mood otherwise, that's quite nice. This could flash a little bit more, but we'll work it out after we've seen the first render, I'm thinking. 20 seconds might also be a little bit too long, so I might just cut it off a little bit. I might do that. Make it like 15 seconds or so. I'll see how I do that in the edit. Let's do that. I think the animation would be quite nice. So we just need an additional sequence then in cinematics, and we'll call this one object movement. Because there's always something, isn't there? Do you know what, Deviant? Good to see you, buddy. Yes, it was with the help of Josh Darling, actually. He made a video and explained how to do it, and it kind of worked, but we're talking about eye blink situations, making eye blinks on a custom character, and I couldn't work out why my well done blink that I had sculpted in ZBrush wasn't working to replace the original one from the base Genesis figure. And it turns out it depends on how you import the morph. If you import the morph with the blink, with the eyes open, then it doesn't work. But if you close them and they look terrible, that's totally fine. You then go and import your morph at that point, then it'll change properly. So haha. Yes, he's a good guy. He used to work for DAS, so he knows what he's talking about. He was their main technical artist. Good idea to say. There's so many really cool videos that he has. Lighting, UDS, so we'll switch UDS off and we'll switch the fog off. I would put this back to unlit. I can actually, I might make, so I can just go and animate this thing, you know, like this all the way through, but it'll have to happen multiple times. So I'm thinking it might be easier to animate the back and forth once and then keep queuing it. That might be easier for me, and that I might do. So this movement sequence is going to be one that calls other sequences. So we'll call that subsequence track. But now we make another level sequence, bizarrely, and this is going to be satellite dish. And in here we're going to go and track that. And 5 seconds is probably enough. So we're going to track the transformation and the rotation. And from here, make it 60 frames so that nobody complains. Here from here to there is the same. And then in the middle, 2.5, we're just going to go and move it over. Whoops, hello. Move it over here. So that could be a bit too fast. Man. I'm just thinking 5 seconds is probably too much. So let's make it 10 seconds. Or thereabouts. Now we see this is the one we want to track. Satellite dish from here to here, and then about here we're going to do that. Why don't you do that, dude? That's just so bad. Why? Dude, why don't you move? I don't understand it. This, whatever this object is, right? Can we, yeah, there we go, that's awesome. Let's go track that object, satellite dish 2. Oh, I get you. And we go here and there. The easy things are super hard in Unreal Engine, and the hard things are super easy. So they'll just do this. Why it would do that, we don't know. I think I might. I've done this article. I might also do a video on it, Deviant. I think I might do that. Yeah, it's not lagging here, and I can tell you OBS is having a good time sending the signal off, so it's all good. So that's that. Was there another satellite dish? Because we could animate that as well in the same thing. Oh, there is. Oh, okay. There is. So it's this one here. Oh, I get you. Let's go track that one as well. So you could go from here to there, and then in the middle here, you could go, what could that one do? That could just go, maybe just go like that. That might be nice. So they're both moving. So that's nice. And I'm thinking that while we're doing this, maybe we'll just go and, how do we animate this then? That's probably something I should do with the tick event. So I think I might not do that in the sequencer. I might just do that with the tick event. Or I just do that. No, let me just do that here. I can't promise this is going to look great, but we'll work it out. Add blades. And then I suppose this. Whoa, no, that's bad, isn't it? We don't want to do that. Okay, fine, you're not going to be tracked then. There. We're going to have to do this a different way. Why did that not work? I mean, this is clearly just Y. Perfect, yes, and let's NFT it. Maybe I'll animate that differently. What was the other thing I wanted to animate? The light, right? The light, the searchlight. There was there not a spotlight somewhere? That's probably just in lit mode. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one, and then there's another one here. But that we don't want to animate, so just the first one here. Add spotlight, transform here, transform there. There, okay. Got this. Now let's go and open up our other sequence again and add this in multiple times, which was movement. Satellite dish. And this is going to be 130 seconds. Oops. And can we just go and repeat that? No, of course not. That's not how that works, Jay. Of course not. Well, we can do this, so then we don't have to reanimate the keyframes there. And I think there, look at that. Perfect. So now we can go and track this from our master sequence, which is that. Object movement. There we go. Oh, has object movement. That needs to be 60 frames as well. There we go. All right. So now let's see if we can render this out and what it then looks like. Save. Oh my God. Switch on fog, switch on the lights. Shift C. I like it. I like it. This is good. It's coming together. Movie render queue. Where was that? This is it. Movie render queue. Okay. JPEG we don't want. I think we'll add the PNG here. Deferred rendering we're okay with. I think we also want anti-aliasing. And in output, let's go and put this into videos, animations, Gator Shack. And this is going to be V1. And in this, well, let's make it 1K for now. Output frame rate we'll leave at 60 frames. Save this configuration out. Save as, I think, make a new folder here, call that render settings. And then in here, I'm going to call this one RS1K. Or Gator Shack 1K. And then we can have another one that's 4K. Let's hit accept and render local. Let's see. NFT all the screw ups. Like chefs eat their mistakes. Yes, I like it. It's not a bad call, Nate. Exclamation mark clever. I like it too. Let's see if this comes out the way we want it. Sort of seems to work, doesn't it? 8,000 frames we're rendering in total. That's just insane. Here comes the Gator. Oh, we'll do a little bit of final color correction, a little vignette as well. I didn't correct the moon, did I? I just realized that. Do you know, I've just realized that boat propeller is animating. I didn't know that. I wonder if this thing is animating then as well. How exciting! There goes the Gator, yes. Yeah, so all I'll do in the post-production is just zoom in ever so slightly, and I'll see how long each shot needs to be. But that propeller is a nice surprise. We also wanted to do bugs, didn't we? We need to have some kind of bugs buzzing around in the sky and all around lights. He sped away, that's right. But look at that, 1200 frames, 1.5 minutes. The propeller, oh my God, this is great. How interesting. Does it really take 8 minutes? Time to run another advert, I'm thinking. I like it. Gator burgers are good, yes. Off to become a belt, that is so mean. That is so mean, the poor little guy. The poor little guy. This is nice. I'm gonna go and open Premiere already, so I can go and stitch that together. And then I can re-render this in 4K. It doesn't actually take all that much longer, but I might just do that once all the final bits and pieces are in. How exciting! That is just so cool. And we've done that over literally a couple of days. Yesterday, a little bit longer, and today about 3 hours. Wow, that's not bad. That is not bad. Moths like light, yes indeed. Didn't I have critters? While this is rendering, let me go and have a look at, was it in here? Yes, library. There was something, a product called critters. This is it here. But I think that's more birds. I thought there was also one that was like bugs or something like that. Oh no, I don't think I have that. I think that's on my wish list. I think that's what it is. I think it's a Decagon Studio one. So this is birds, and these are particle effects. Oops. Critters, Volume 1 and 2. I think this one. Didn't I buy this? No, I didn't buy this. I wanted to buy this because they have made these beehives and all, which look okay already. They look great, but they also have these particle effects for bees and other insects, and they look great. There's a video on it on here, and you can move this around, and it's a Niagara system, and you have these insects swarming around. And I'm thinking this could be great to get other insect type things going. I mean, not just bees. They have wasps. They've got flies. They've got these. I think these are termites. They've also got the extermination spray. Oh, you have the DAS version? How exciting! A shame they don't have those types of particle effects. But yeah, it's for the particle effects that I wanted to buy this. Actually, that should go on my wish list. I thought I did. I must have missed that in the last sale. Ha! How do they have space for all this content? A good point, yes. The trailer is insane, yes. The trailer is really good. Decagon and Leartes, they're really rocking the whole store here. I mean, Decagon, they just have everything you could ever want. And more. And sometimes when we're really lucky, we get these amazing Humble Bundle offers where you have like 10 of their sets for no money, like a Newsroom from the 70s. I'm always really inspired looking at this and seeing what you can get, like clothing with laundry room, old boats. Very, very cool. Old computers. Look, this is like a Commodore 64 and SX64 here. Very cool stuff. Old TVs and fantastic. Runtime DNA scatters. Oh, I don't think I know that one. Deviant, if you're into Leartes content, have a look at this bundle here. Julia, maybe you can post the link, the exclamation mark Leartes, and they have an offer on Gumroad at the moment, $30. Thanks, Julia. $30, and you get 19 sets, and one of them is this one. So I'm using one of their sets here. It's very, very cool. You get about 19 of them. Look at that. We've got 2 minutes remaining. Oh my, we're nearly there. Crazy Leartes bundle, and they have another one that I want to use for an animation, but this one I thought looks very similar to Jay's Saloon, and I thought, it's going to be Jay's Gator Shack. Retro stuff is very cool. Yeah, it's fun to model as well, fun to play with. Wow, 9:30. That's late for me. Now this light cone, I thought that was moving with the lamp. It might not do that. This also a deviant. This, you're going to appreciate that. I'll show you this in a second on a close-up. The rain effect is from ultra dynamic sky. That's what makes the rain particles. But that also has a function to make the materials, the existing materials, wet. So the original level doesn't have rain. I added that. And one of the things that it can do is add dripping effects to things that are wet. So it looks at the surface normal, and it knows that if it's a flat roof, then you'd have puddles on here. But it also knows that if you have something like a piece of wood that goes like that, it has dripping effects going down. It's very cool. It can also hook into the game character, and it would make splashing sounds with the animation notifies when you put your feet down. It's insane stuff. Catch you later, buddy. Thank you for being here. I appreciate that. Super nice. I'll be another like 10 minutes or so. I just want to see what this looks like in Premiere. And then we're going to call it a day. And hopefully this is going to be the next holding loop for next weekend. Next Saturday, I think, if my calendar is not lying to me, there's going to be a DAS Plus stream. So I won't be here next Saturday. I'll do a DAS Plus stream. If you're a Plus subscriber, you can go and join me there. I think it's about clothing conversion and how to use auto fit on steroids, and how to add your own corrections to auto fit. Sorry, brain was having a little, you know how it goes. Let's see here, and then we go into, that is not it. We need to go into here, and then we go into here, and then we go into animation projects. Exactly. And then we're going to make a new one that we will call, oh, nothing yet, good stuff. It's going to be Jay's Gator Shack. All right, let's go and import what we've made there. Gator Shack v1 as image sequence. New sequence from clip. And this you may have to Is it working at 60 frames a second? Yes, it is. Good stuff. Well, nice. That is good. So then when we're here, so I'll just go cut these things up, and then I can go and cut into them. I could have actually made separate tracks or separate image sequences. That would have also been an option. That is very cool. Okay, goody, that's that. And then we can go and first of all call that Gator Animation. Then we'll go and duplicate that, and we'll keep working in the duplicate, and I'll say minus 5 seconds here. And I'll say here +5 seconds. And this is these are my handles now for the whoops. For the dissolves. Dude. And if we do that, then I can go, it's also at the beginning here, isn't it? I think beginning might be okay. Yeah, beginning is fine. And then we can go and put that on here. And then we have dissolve on every cut. Also at the beginning and the end, which is of course not exactly what we want. And then for it to become a loop, I need to go and make a duplicate of this, make an edit in the middle, and then go and make this the cutting point. And then, but this is how we're going to do this. This is Gator animation with dissolves. And then we'll go and make a new sequence from clip. Gator straight, I'll call it. And it's the same as the above, but I'm gonna go and make a cut here. Then I'll go and put that, put that over here. And I'll take that away. And then I'll go and make the cut here with the dissolve. So the result is that now this loops into itself like this. And maybe we can eke a little bit more out of the beginning of this. Perfect. That's nice. And the result is that this is now going to loop. And that's what I want. So I don't really want this and that. I also don't really want that. So there's no audio here. But this is now a straight loop. There, that's it. And now we can add a bit of color correction to it. If we want, I should have done that before I added the cut. I'm going to go and use the Lumetri color for that. Because that combines really nice color correction and other filters like the vignette here. And then once I've done that, I'll go and do the zooms on the edits. So a little bit of vignette the other way around, like this, like minus 1, -2, -2, minus more. So -5 is the most we can get. So maybe just minus 2.5. Perfect. And do we need to do anything about the color? Is it not quite punchy enough? Could maybe increase the saturation a little bit. Temperature, I might make that blue now. I think I'm okay with the color temperature. Just the saturation as such can look a little bit terrible sometimes. So there's vibrance as well. I don't know if they have vibrance in here. Maybe 120. I said 120, didn't I? And the moon, good point. We need to correct the moon. The moon is there. It's just very invisible here. So I think the moon, I wanted him to be more here. And I think there was another scene like here where it needs to be further over here. So I think I might play with that correction. Oh, and then also this Lumetri color thing. That needs to also be copied to this clip because we have that. We've cut that before we made the thing there. All right, so I think that is it for now. Now I can go render this out. It's always something that renders, doesn't it? And with a bit of luck, we might be able to see this already on the outro. Let me see if I can put it in the correct spot. And then my Mac can pick it up. It might take me a second or so to change that over. Was that in holding loops? Yeah, it would have been. So this is going to be Jay's Gator Shack loop V1. All right. Media encoder now. Well, okay, we don't want to do audio. Leap years, they have such a complicated formula, don't they? So it's when I was brought up, a leap year was, well, it's every 4 years, don't worry about it. And I did worry about it, of course. And then much later, which is close when 2000 was about to approach, my supervisor at Toreo in Camden in London was saying, no, it's not every 4 years. It's years that are divisible by 4, except for when they're also divisible by 100. And I was thinking, what? Who came up with that formula thing? And that's just what it is. Crazy stuff. It's weird, isn't it? But then the thing is, all of us, every generation, we're probably ever going to consciously maximum find this divisible by 100 thing once in our lifetimes. I think even if we were to become 110, I think by the time you're conscious, I think it's a slim chance that you experience that twice. It's weird, isn't it? It's so weird, I tell you. I wonder actually how that started. I have a feeling it was when they tried to come up with a Gregorian calendar. I think they just let it run for a few years, like 30, 50 years. And then they went, oh man, we need to go reset this thing again because it just doesn't work. And then eventually they introduced this system. So I think the precursor of the Gregorian calendar, the sort of, what was it again? 12 months, no, the 13-month year. I think that was the previous solution. I think. Well, let's see how this looks, huh? Where did I put this now? It wasn't here. It was in holding loops. It was in 3D shenanigans. And then this was Jay's Gator Shack. So this is what we've made over the last 2 days. Let me go put this on repeat. This is great. I could watch this for us. Look at that. And this thing is actually animating as well. I didn't have to do anything about that. Oh, this is great. How exciting. Yes, leap year stupidity. I'm going to go and render out a 4K version of this. And I'll see if there's any other things that need a little bit of a tweak. But so far, I'm really, really happy about this. And we've done this in 2 days. I might correct the position of the moon, but I think, you know, with the fog and with the rain and the storm, that is all. I'm really excited about this. There's a bit of animation in here that is just fantastic. It's almost like I'd like the trees to move in the wind now as well. No wonder Brutus stepped Julius. Yes, absolutely. Look at that. Not bad at all. That in 4K and with the anti-aliasing cranked up a little bit, we don't see the edges there of the lamp. I might actually have to move I need to find the concentric circle and just move that with the light, because that should move really with the light. But that's an easy fix. That is an easy fix. You want to visit? Oh dear, no, don't do that. The gators are getting you. And the turbine is spinning. I didn't even have to do anything about it. This is just, you know, this is how it came out. This is just so cool. I love making things like that. This is great. I'll see if I can go and animate the trees, and I'll also see if I can find critters. Although if it's raining like that, I think critters wouldn't actually wouldn't be part of the program. The trees, I'll see if I can do a material effect on it, just a little bit of change world position offset, and just make him move that way. That should be relatively easy, he says. Well, it was great hanging out with you. Thank you so much for being here and doing this over the last 2 days with me. I really appreciate that. Let's see what we do. Next Saturday is the DAS Plus stream, but on Sunday I'll be back. Maybe we'll try out a game. Maybe we'll try out one of the other assets. Maybe we'll find something else that we'll see at that point. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of the week, and I hope I'll see you very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.